Hey, Pure Soul members, happy Valentine's Day and happy February. I'm really excited that you guys are here with me today. Thank you so much for being part of the Alma Pura Pure Soul community. I'm so appreciative of that. I love sharing time and energy and spirit with you guys, so I hope we keep this going. This month's Ask Nikki Zoom will be held on Thursday, February 16th at 6 p.m., so I really hope to see you there. During this month's Zoom, I thought it would be a really fun idea to ask a question that you can't seem to find the answer to. So if you could ask God one question, what would it be? And if you could learn one thing about spirituality, what would that be? Think about that and let's discuss it at our Ask Nikki Zoom. Maybe together we can find some clarity about some of those topics. For this month's topic, I want to discuss the heart chakra, and I know it sounds really cliche to talk about love and the heart chakra during Valentine's Day month, but I had to do it. I know that you have all heard of chakras, and if you've spent any time with me at all, you have learned quite a bit about them during our time together. Our chakra system is our connection to spirit. The heart chakra is the fourth chakra in the chakra system, and it's located in the heart and the chest area. The Sanskrit name for the heart chakra is called Anahata. The Anahata chakra is associated with unconditional love, compassion, a deep sense of joy, a feeling of blissfulness when it is open and flowing properly with the right energy. It's the source of the deepest and most profound truths, and those truths really are difficult to express in words, but the heart chakra knows. The heart chakra only knows love because it is love. It's not, in this context, how I want to describe the heart chakra and the idea of love is that love is truly a state of existence more than it is an emotion. Our limited human concept of love tells us that love is an emotion, but love is actually a state of existence. It's a vibration that we exist in and that we draw people to. And that's the function of the heart chakra. The heart chakra doesn't know any other emotions. It doesn't know emotions of anger or jealousy or insecurity. It only knows love because it is love. You can kind of think of it like, how could you tell the difference, right? Well, if you think of love in this way. When you love somebody for one single moment, you love them forever. It's an eternity that you love them for. If you dislike them for this moment, that doesn't mean that this moment of dislike is eternal. Other emotions, they kind of come and they go. You can feel certain things and they're part of your experience and part of your opinion. And then 3 days later, you no longer feel that way. It's no longer part of your experience. It's no longer your opinion anymore. And that's because emotions are like waves, right? They come in, they go out, we get washed away by them, we get drawn back in by them. That's emotions. Those are emotions. But love is a different kind of experience. Love is something that once you have it, just for a single moment with any living being, with anything, that love stays eternally connected to you. So even if you don't like somebody anymore, let's say you had a boyfriend or a girlfriend that you fell in love with when you were 15, but then you broke up with them because they were a real jerk and you didn't like them anymore. But then like 15 years later, somebody says, oh, guess who I ran into? And they happen to mention your ex's name. Guess what? You're going to want to know everything about what they found out, what they saw, and that's because it's the love that kind of triggers you in that remembrance. And love is also a remembrance, and that's why it's eternal. So that's why even if you didn't like somebody when you were broken up at 17 or 18, when you hear about them and somebody speaks to you about them, or when you run into them, you kind of feel that little trigger again in the heart chakra. It kind of wakes up, it remembers, It remembers who that person is in your life. Our sacral chakra is actually where we experience all the other emotions. And those emotions are learned and they are experienced and they are processed through the lower chakras, through the sacral chakra. It's a fallacy. I know sometimes people think, oh, the heart chakra is the emotional chakra, but the heart chakra is not. The sacral chakra is where our emotions are. The heart chakra is where we gauge whether or not those emotions that we are experiencing in our lower chakras, whether or not those are love or not love. So they can come through the heart chakra if they're love. But if they're not love, they're going to get kind of sent back down to the lower energies and the lower chakras, and we won't be able to transcend that experience. So we don't bring rage up, which is a different emotion. It kind of gets stuck in our heart chakra because it's not love, so it can't go through. So it'll get pushed back down to our lower energies, and that's how we end up having a lot of arguments with people. Hopefully that makes sense. So, yeah, I think that makes sense. If it is a loving experience, though, and it's not like a rage or a negative emotion, and it travels up the chakra system till it gets to the heart chakra, when it gets to the heart chakra, if it's love, guess what? It passes through and it gets to transcend. And that's how we have information traveling from the lower chakras to the upper chakras. Our throat, our third eye, and our crown are very connected to our spiritual intuition, to how we manage our spirit-body relationship. A lot of times our intuition will come through vision or a sense of knowing, or we'll just like say something on accident and everybody's like, oh my God, that's totally true. So we can just see in our life that our throat, our third eye, and our crown chakra are used to kind of express the happenings of spirit. And if we have the ability to do that, then the information that is created in our intuitive section, these three come through, and where do they go? They go to our heart. So once it is near our heart chakra will say, can our human self handle this? And it has to go through. And if it cannot go through, meaning it's not loving, it won't go through. But if it is loving, it will go through, and our heart chakra will accept this intuition for lower chakra manifestation. It will manifest. So upper energy gives intuition that goes through the heart chakra, and if the heart chakra thinks it's okay for the human to do, then it comes through the heart chakra, goes down to the lower energies, which are solar plexus, sacral, and root, and then kind of manifests whatever that intuition is. And on the flip side, on the reverse side, if something happens on earth, at the root chakra, it travels into our sacral chakra and then our solar plexus chakra. And then we have to pass it through our heart chakra, where our heart chakra measures it and says, is this love? If it is, we can send it up to God. We can send it out to spirit. So then it travels up, passes through the heart chakra, and then we transcend it. So we have like a two-way highway of energy. Anything from heaven must manifest, anything from earth must transcend, but the meeting place is in the middle at the heart chakra. So the heart chakra is a measurement for our human body spirit relationship, and it's all measured there as a state of love. So hopefully that makes sense. Let me see. Okay, now if you experience a closed heart chakra, you'll feel separate from people. You will feel like kind of empty inside, kind of void inside. Instead of utilizing the heart chakra or receiving any intuition, you might notice that you're kind of feeling like stuck in a rut and that nothing really matters and you feel separate from people. That's a lot of times how we know that our heart chakra is is blocked. When your heart chakra is open, intuition is free flowing, things kind of roll off your back. Our goal is to exist in a vibration of love, not try to attain love. That's not going to work because that's not the function of the heart chakra. So to open your heart chakra, you have to try to tap into that vibration of love. And it wouldn't be the kind of love that you would normally expect. And it wouldn't be in your normal description or in our normal description of love. So this means that to open the heart chakra, we have to find a new source where to see love around us in the world. So, for example, one time I was driving to get on the ramp on 90, and nobody would let me in, and I was feeling kind of frustrated. And this old man waved me on, and when he waved me on, my inside self said, "That's love." And then I went to the grocery store, and I only had like 2 or 3 items, and this woman in front of me had like 150 items. And she said to me, "Oh, you can go in front of me because you only have a few items and I'm going to be here for a little while and I have coupons." And I was like, "Okay, thank you." So I'm paying, and as I'm walking out of the Jewel, my inside self is like, "That's love." And I started to see love in a lot of different places because I released the expectation of finding love um, only from the sources that I thought that they should come from. So to open your heart chakra, find a new source of love. Like see it in other places, in unique places. And that tends to open up your heart chakra really quickly. The Anahata chakra is associated with the color green, and that means transformation and love. And that's because anything that is created here on earth, we can transcend it into a loving place in our own energy and for the world to enjoy. Another way to open up the heart chakra is to keep a gratitude journal and maybe jot down all of those extra source love that you find around. And I did that for like a week. I'm so bad at follow through sometimes when I try to do things like that because I'm so busy doing other things. But I did make time for like about a week to do this gratitude journal, and my heart chakra just got bigger and bigger and bigger and more and more and more expansive. And the more I saw, the more I noticed. But it took me a minute because I had to sit down and I had to think about it and I had to look around. And it changed things for me. So keep a gratitude journal and see if it doesn't do the same kind of thing for you. The key sometimes to doing that type of search to fill the heart chakra or to tap into that vibration of love, that state of existence that we are all part of, we really have to release the expectations that we have from the situations and the people that we expect to show us love. It's also a good idea if you're into crystals and stones. Rose quartz is one of the best love crystals I have found. I just love that, and I also really love hematite because hematite is it's healing. And so if you have the hematite and you're asking for that healing to come through you, and you have the rose quartz, which says, "I'm welcoming love and an abundance of it, and I want to live in that vibration, in that state of existence," it's kind of two birds, one stone. So heal and welcome love, heal and give love. And don't forget, the best way is to be the source for what you're looking for. So if you are looking to see love around you, be love for everything around you. And when you are the source of love, love is present. Woo, I loved this one. I know it's super cliche because it's Valentine's Day, but you guys, um, the heart chakra is where we all enter this world. Right? We come in a state of love. that's how we get here, as a state of love. So let's get back to that. Let's remember that. God bless you, and I hope to see you at the Zoom. Bye, guys.